Farmers in the south are calling for a change in the rules surrounding genome editing. The controversial technology, which makes changes to the DNA in seeds, could allow for better yields, but is currently banned under EU law. Crop growers say that it gives competitors overseas an unfair advantage, but campaigners say the practice is environmentally irresponsible. Here's Angela Walker.
100,000 unique types of wheat are being trialled here at Europe's biggest crop research centre. The aim is to produce better quality, more resilient crops with a greater yield. But it will take several years of testing before anything can be grown commercially. But that process could be sped up with a technique called genome editing. And that involves making minute changes to the DNA of the seed to improve it. And it could help make a seed more resistant to drought, pests or disease. And that could help with the development of new varieties.
So in other parts of the world, we're using some technologies in the seeds area, such as genome editing, that currently we cannot use in Europe and in the UK, and that's because of the regulatory approach and how those technologies are viewed by policymakers.
Syngenta say genome editing has enabled them to cut the time it takes to get new seeds to market by years and cut the cost by millions. But it is controversial, and genome editing is prevented here under EU regulations. And that's a source of frustration for many British farmers.
We need to be able to use the technologies, we need to be able to innovate, we need to be able to follow the new markets that may well be demanded from us in the future. And if we don't have the technologies available to us, then we just can't do that.
Some scientists at Oxford University say the current rules around genome editing are too strict.
EU regulations tend to be focused more on the approach to developing that technology rather than the end product. So other places in the world like Canada or Australia would look at the product, would say, well, here we have this modified crop, which has this new gene in, and we want it's going to control this pest, and we would evaluate that rather than the precise molecular biology mechanisms.
DEFRA believe the situation will change post-Brexit and told us leaving the EU provides the opportunity to design a regulatory system which works for our farmers. But not everyone is convinced by the science. The Soil Association says the UK must continue to exclude GMOs post-Brexit and says public sentiment is against their use.
Well, Angela is with me now. Now, Angela, these methods aren't supported by everybody, are they?
No, that's right. As I mentioned at the end of that report, the Soil Association's very against genome editing and they're committed to organic farming. Now, they're calling on the government to support what they call nature-friendly farming, and they want a very precautionary approach. And there's another campaign group that's called GM Freeze, and they're worried about what could happen post-Brexit. They're petitioning to stop any genome editing from coming here. They say changing a seed's DNA is environmentally dangerous.
What about farmers? What do they have to say?
Well, all the farmers that I've spoken to have told me they're running out of options, and they say old technology like traditional pesticides they've been using are being phased out faster than new technology is being brought in, so there's a gap there. And they feel that really there's not a level playing field with their competitors outside of the EU.
Angela, thank you.